The next person that I'm going to introduce to you is a lot of things to a lot of people. He's a devoted son, a guru to some, friend to several, a good taskmaster, a master organizer, recipient of the 2010 Akhil Chopra Award, a graduate of the prestigious IIT Madras, a PhD from Purdue, a successful supply chain management consultant, and yet he takes the bus every day to work, and he's been doing so for the past 10 years. A big proponent of promoting the Hindu culture amongst the youth, and he's always there at every religious function with his Dhoti and Vibhuti Institute. And if you have had the good fortune of working with JK, as he is fondly known, on any of the events he has organized so far, you will receive at least 10 emails from him every day during the day. I have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Jayakumar to all of you. Please join me in welcoming him.
Thank you very much, Bhavani. Very generous, and I don't think I deserve those compliments. Everything happens by everybody. I believe that very strongly. So you see a lot of volunteers today. And I came to the hall and I saw so many children and so many people there, and I had to introduce myself and asked them. I had to ask them, hey, Gayatri, what's your name? I mean, I didn't know many of these people. So I'm very happy about that. So one of the things you may not have known about Dr. Menon is he also spent some time at Scotland Yard, if I'm correct? He says yes. He says yes. So we're very happy to have him here. So today, I mean, these topics are very interesting, and they make us sad, they make us frustrated, etc. But I am happy today. I'm happy today because it has raised our level of awareness, and we're asking questions, and so I think that's very good. And I'm reminded of a billboard that I saw many years ago. It was a banker's, Washington Mutual or Wells Fargo. And so there's a man that's very happy. He's jumping with joy. So his hands are like this, and he's up in the air. And it says, "The truth will set you free." Okay? And then in small font underneath it says, "Free checking." So there's nothing free here, obviously. But the truth is what we're talking about, and it's also the hallmark of the Eastern traditions. You know, Satyam, the word Jnanam, and all these things, inspiring all of us to seek that truth. And Rajiv has done just that, which is, hey, this is happening, and you guys have to think about it, and don't just say it's not my job or his job or her job. And so I'm very happy about that. And nothing free, and you've heard how many years of work they've done. The book itself has 200 pages of appendices and references, so please don't tell me, hey, I bought a 600-page book, you're giving me only 400 pages of text. Okay, so it's every appendix out there. I spent time reading one of those appendices. Is talking about the minutes of the conference held in the New York conference 2005. Very fascinating. So this program was therefore not an afterthought. Many of us in our team, all of us, we talk about these topics, we argue, we agonize about these things, we argue with each other. You may see some bullet wounds on us. These are not real bullets, these are plastic bullets, but still plastic bullets are very painful. And so that's the kind of argument. So when Rajiv's book was released, not all of us are totally unaware of everything he was talking about. But when the book was released, it was an excellent opportunity for us to invite him to Houston and share him with all of you. So I'm very happy that I could see a lot of community leaders here, and classical music organizations, Hindu organizations, Foundation of India Studies, and so on and so forth. Very happy. Thank you for your presence here. I'm reminded of a book that Will Durant wrote in the early 1900s. 1925 or so, I believe. It's called The Story of Story of Philosophy, I think. That's what it's called. So he writes in the preface of the book, he says, he refers to the incompleteness of his book. And he says, I'm trying to quote exactly what he said. He says, the worst sin I've committed is not including the Hindu and Chinese philosophies. And he continues, he says, any story of philosophy that begins with Socrates and goes through Voltaire and Hume and Nietzsche and so forth, but talks nothing about Shankara and Buddha and Lao Tse and Confucius. Back? Okay. Confucius. Can you all hear me at the back?
Oh yeah.
Thanks. Is provincially incomplete. That's what he says. And then he continues and he says in the footnote, I attempt to atone for this omission in my next series, which is called The Story of Civilization. I'm sure many of you have read that probably. And so we are happy in Ashavadya Satsanga. Our commitment is to this search for truth, which is a hallmark of Eastern traditions. And I can understand the dilemma that Will Durant has had. In the West, obviously there's a tension between science and religion, between reason and faith. And in India, we almost take these things for granted. These things move seamlessly and we never talk about it, and even we're not taught about it. In fact, many of us took a long time to actually understand what is this tension that's actually happening in the West. And so that's what we like Ashavadya Satsanga to stand for. Of course, we use established mechanisms to study the Bhagavad Gita, to study the Upanishads, to teach our children. Children have gone on to win national competitions, and so we are not about quantity, we are about quality. We'd like to create quality and benchmark quality, and we're all inspired by Swami Dayananda Saraswati in that matter, and many of you know about him. So history is also a big part of Ashavadya Satsanga. We believe that one who forgets history is doomed to repeat it. I think you all know that. And we also believe that one who studies the history written by others is doomed to be cognitively enslaved. And we don't want that to happen.